If you're sick and tired of meditating, doing constant affirmations, constantly visualizing, just doing everything in your power and still not getting the life you want, this video is for you. And I can say that with conviction because I was in that same spot a few years ago, not having the best life, being depressed, sad, sick and tired of doing everything to not get the life I want, to now I have an amazing business, an amazing girlfriend, an amazing kid, and my life is in such a better place financially, physically, mentally, and spiritually, just every aspect. And I'm going to teach you what it took me 7 years to understand in this masterclass so you can stop living an empty life and start living a full life. But first, we're going to talk about the law of vibration and how that is an actual foundation for the law of attraction and how it plays a massive role in understanding why we're not getting what we want in our life as of now. Okay, so law of vibration. Pretty much what that means is that everything is vibrating constantly. Nothing is not in motion. To a lot of people's disbelief, that means everything is constantly moving at some type of vibration. And the real question is, what vibration are you at? And what is the vibration of what you want at? When you understand this, you'll see that the vibration that you're on is actually in direct correlation with if you're getting something or if you're not getting something. And I'll draw that out. So with everything vibrating, there are different levels of vibration. And I pretty much will draw this out. These are all different levels of vibration pretty much. And at the core of it, you're most likely probably right here. This is you right here. And what you want is actually most likely probably up here. Your dream plus your goal. Hence why you're very confused. You're mad. Why am I not where my goal and dream is? It's because you're not there vibrationally. You and what you want have a big distance between one another. You're not vibrating the same. Hence why law of vibration is so fundamental in understanding to really get law of attraction. When you start to see you are here, what you want is here, you can start being educated. You can start understanding. Slowly, it starts clicking for you. Well, if I'm not there, what is the journey look like to get from here to there? What is the work that helps me get there? Well, that is a great question. And now that we kind of understand that with the law of vibration, that everything is constantly in motion, it helps us understand, okay, well, if everything's vibrating, I have to raise my vibration. That makes total sense. Now I know why I'm not where I want to be. But Ryan, you don't get it. You all tell me this as well. I do affirmations. I do meditating. I do visualizing. I'm still not where I want to be. I'm doing these all three consistently. Why am I not getting what I want? This was me too. A few years ago, I kept wondering, why am I not getting what I want? I'm constantly meditating. I'm constantly doing affirmations morning and night. I know we out there, me and you, are very vigorous. We're visualizing. We're at least doing one of these, if not all three of these, bare minimum. And we're still wondering, why isn't our life where we want it to be? That's $1 million question. And once again, when we understand foundationally, we are vibrating, we say, well, we need to raise our vibration. Don't these three raise our vibration? Yes and no. And what do I mean by that? Yes, they are raising your vibration, but no, not in the way that you think. You have to first see where you are. Now that you get that, you're adding these things, but they're not helping. Yes, they are raising it to some degree, but no, they're not getting where you want to go because you have to ask the number one fundamental question, and that is, how do I raise my vibration first before any of these? Why? What is the no part? The no is this, y'all. We're not getting what we want because the affirmations, the meditating, the visualizing, they are not what we need to be doing first. The first thing we need to ask ourselves is, how am I feeling? Your emotions lead to your manifesting. What you feel equals what you attract. Now, this is key. How am I feeling? A lot of people in society are never asking themselves that. We live in an act first. Oh my gosh, I didn't get the job promotion I want. Well, I need to go do 10,000 more reps then. I didn't have enough sales today. I need to call 50 more people. You know, I don't have the body I want. I need to work out for 4 to 5 hours. No, 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 no. That is what society is trying to teach you, and they are so incorrect. It should not be act first. This should be second, acting. What first needs to happen is this. First, how am I feeling? You need to know how you feel. How you feel is what you attract. Your vibe is your tribe. Remember what we drew vibrationally. You're down here while your goal and dream was up here because you weren't feeling in the same vibration frequency as what you wanted. So you need to have the understanding that I am not in a good feeling emotion, because if I was with what I wanted, I would be getting that, but you're not. So that's why, how am I feeling? Because your emotions will lead to your manifesting. They are directly proportionate, and how you feel is what you attract. And the best part is now we can start leveling up to law of attraction. Now we're understanding this. We're understanding our vibe, our vibration attracts things. Everything is on a level of vibration, and hence why we're not where we want to be, because we're not on that vibration of what we want just yet. And how we're doing affirmations, manifesting, visualizing, but those are all supplementary to what we're really trying to do, which is actually be in tune with our emotions, because our emotions lead to our manifesting. Right now, a lot of you are doing affirmations, meditating, visualizing, drinking the oolong tea. You're doing everything you can to manifest because you're serious, but none of those are helping because you're not in tune emotionally. Most likely, a lot of you, the crazy thing is, a lot of society is in a negative emotion state, doing affirmations, all these things, thinking that will help, but instead, it's actually slowly leveling your vibration, but it's not doing it on such a degree that your emotions can. And actually, when you're doing all those things on a negative emotion, you are not getting any closer to where you need to go, because you don't even know that you're not in a good emotional state. This allows for now what? When anything in life happens, we can ask ourselves, how do I feel right now? You can do this in a past situation or when you just manifested something. Ask yourself that, because 9 times out of 10, how you feel is what you attracted. If you felt good, you probably attracted good. Vice versa though, if you felt bad, you're probably attracting bad. This is like a key that has been given to you. Secret box is understanding now that your emotions directly correlate what you want. So you can get some power back now. We're not even there. We're not full power yet. Slowly. One of the powers is anything I go through in my life, now I can ask myself, how am I feeling? How was I feeling? And that is direct correlation of what it is. So now you have something in your arsenal. One of the things are, before we go to law of attraction, is now I understand I need to feel good. When I feel good, I have a higher chance of getting what I want. And now I know that I'm not on the same frequency or vibration as what I want to. That is why I'm not getting it. So what we need to do is we need to understand, what can we do daily outside of when we understand our emotions to get to our goal and dream. That's where we're going to hit into law of attraction. One thing I'll tell you is law of attraction is an amazing, amazing law. Yet the sad part is I see a lot of people, we're not learning it from the right people. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're all good people at the end of the day. But I'm here to tell you, there is a way better way to learn law of attraction. Once you understand this, everything in life makes sense like that. You start becoming in the driver's seat of your journey on life, instead of being the passenger seat. Instead of having days you're coming home crying, you're coming home confused. You literally feel as if you're at the mercy of life. Now that we understand law of vibration, we're about to talk into this, you are going to have the power. So let's get into it. Law of attraction. The crazy thing is about law of attraction too, is that we are taught one of the biggest lies in school that I actually think hurts so bad when we're trying to understand law of attraction. And that is this: opposites attract. That is terrible. That is not true at all when it comes to law of attraction. Maybe on some other stuff it is, but when it comes to law of attraction, Like attracts like. Positive attracts positive. Negative attracts negative. That's why, once again, when you understand this, you say, okay, well, if I want to attract positive, I have to be positive. I can't be positive, attract negative, or vice versa. I can't be negative, attracting positive. That does not happen. You have to be in tune, in vibration with what you want. Hence why we're trying to understand, why are we attracting what we're attracting? Now, on one stage, you understand, well, to get positive, we have to be positive. We have to eliminate this. So now what does that lead to? Going back to law of vibration, emotionally, how am I feeling? Another lie we're taught is first, this is second, emotionally. Who cares about your emotions? We're actually first taught, you should listen to your thoughts. How many of us have heard that a million times? You have to listen to your thoughts attract as well, which is very true, by the way. This is a very big truth in the law of attraction world, but it's backwards. This is first in law of people. No, it should be second. This should be first. Let me tell you why. How you emotionally feel dictates what you think. You cannot think you can't think your way out of something, but you can feel your way. Your feeling is your secret power. That's why it has to come first. Your thoughts come second. So you cannot sway the way you think unless you get emotionally in that emotion. A lot of times we're trying to trick ourselves to be happy. We're trying to trick ourselves by smiling to get a joyous feeling. Hence why emotions are so important. They lead us to our thoughts. And now that we get that, we understand, okay, our emotions give us our thoughts, and then our thoughts become things. As this is one of the best lines I've heard, and meditate and think about it. I am a thinker. Therefore, a thinker lives in a world full of his or her creations. So this is true. Thoughts equal things and they attract things, but you have to first be in tune emotionally. Then you start thinking correctly. Then you start attracting correctly, which is awesome. Now that we get, hey, we want to be on the same vibrations as our goal and dream, but we're not. And we understand now it's because our emotions are not where they want to be. Now that we get our emotions in check, now we're getting our thoughts in check. Whoa, my goodness, we're turning into superhumans at this point. And that's what gets me excited. Now we can get a little bit deeper. Okay, we understand now that like attracts like, negative doesn't at all, and our thoughts are now on par. Now we start adding these three things, we are becoming so powerful because not a lot of times we have it backwards. Remember, we're doing meditating, we're affirmations, we're visualizing without even feeling good first. Does that make any sense to anybody? Not at all. A lot of teachers, Wayne Dyer, Jerry and Esther Hicks from Abraham Teachings, they are very fond on you first must get in alignment, then go and act. Not this way and that way. Incorrect. First get into alignment. First understand where you want to be emotionally. Then go ahead and act. And your actions are you're meditating, you're doing affirmations, you're visualizing. But if you do those prior, you're not getting closer and we need to be happy. That's what we all want in our life. So we have to understand once again, we're not on a vibrational frequency with our goal and dream. And that's because we are not in the correct emotional set. We have to ask ourselves, how am I feeling? Once you're honest with that, you can figure out where you want to be. And now that you know that, you can fix your emotion to a good emotion. And once you're there, let's start meditating. Let's start doing affirmations. Let's start visualizing. Because once you do that, you actually get the life that you've been wanting, and it comes so much easier than before. So go ahead, go and do this research, figure this out for yourself, go back in parts if you didn't get it, and really hammer this in. Because once you understand this, you'll start achieving and manifesting more in the next 30 to 90 days than you did in your whole life. I guarantee you, I love you, I believe in you, and as always, miracles are normal.